and we got a game. They so we got PurpleChest playing Breads with.
This is quite a samey colour scheme.
Yeah,
kind
that's
of blends grass.
and it's the heat doesn't help. Where we sunny it must be. No, it's sweltering heat, making like a yellow on top of the green.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a bit wonky. So we've got PurpleChest playing his Breads, so he has 4 guard blockers, 4 knights, 1 with frenzy, 1 with leader, 1 with dodge, then 4 peasants. So 12 players with an Apo and the Fame. We got the Orcs with got the same amount. We got 7. The 6 skills. Yeah, 6 skills. He gone for 2 guard Black Orcs, 1 block Black Hawk, 1 tackle Blitzer, 1 mighty blow Blitzer, and a leader from Mr. Fro. Yeah, that's potentially a bit of problematic. If he breaks armor on the line of scrimmage.
That is a deep kick, and it hasn't gone off. Well, it's going to take him about 3 turns just to get back to the halfway line. But long before that, we're going to see some hitting.
Yeah, that's the ball being, at least the ball is not by the sideline. Yes, that's right.
We have an armor break, but only a stun on the first hit. These are all 2 dice. Another one goes down. It's another armor break.
But again, stays in. Mighty Blow had done it.
Oof.
Yes, we've seen the Mighty Blow blitz on the guard first.
Yeah, it's on the edge. So he'll save the last hit for the troll 3 dice. And now he just looks like he's dropping a couple players back just to help.
Or at least 1.
Yeah, just 1. I thought he might have dropped a second back there, but he might still do. That might have bit. Probably gonna run back a little bit just for some safety. Pretty safe there. He's gone for the troll. The troll has fucked it.
And killed Troll.
And KO'd himself.
Oh shit. And armor break failed.
Wow.
I guess we'll see some pressure now from Brads.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap over on that right-hand side. I think if nothing else, you've turned the team, right? So if you push some players forward, even if you don't manage to win the ball, the fight is now halfway in the Orc half, and it's a long way to run.
Yeah.
So yeah, Beppe risking the 1 in 27 and being double punished. First in the failure and then in the player removal.
At least the troll will not do it again.
Well, there's a second half.
Oh,
And it's another KO! Oh, Beppe's team is in tatters. We've barely scratched the game. I mean, Beppe could recover in 1 turn if he's willing to risk the handoff.
Yeah.
I don't think PurpleChest has enough movement to get around to prevent a cage forming behind the main orc line. So I wonder if PurpleChest is thinking 2 players up if he just holds the line a bit more, rather than pushing too many players through.
That's the thing with the 2 stunned is there's not much left actually. Ooh, a little cheeky go for it. So now we've got the 2 players forward. But he's still 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that was aggressive dodge, that's for sure.
That's got to be a misclick, surely. Or some passing issue. That was.
But he can actually he kind of rely on that. He needs to pick up the ball. I guess he could keep it on the thrower if he can blitz the dodge with the tackle and just go to the sideline. Then he's out of reach from. Yeah, must and he's kind of out of reach from the dodge player. He could also try the handoff to the tackle.
I think I would. You need to recover this drive, right? I think you have to risk the 1 in 9. You've got 2 1 in 9s. You've got the pickup.
It looks like he's going. From that, it looked like he might going just for the pickup.
Well, I think, yeah, he's just going for the pickup and then screening over that side.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I think it's
Wow.
better for 1 turn, but longer term, he's a long way back, 2 players down.
And he kinda could have blitzed with tackle and moved him in the middle to screen instead.
Yeah.
And actually using tackle.
I think this could be the correct tactical choice, but the wrong strategic.
It did. Yeah, I really don't like not using tackle there. And the tackle moving all the way over before the pickup as well. There's no reason for that now.
Makes the pickup and immediately goes wide.
Yeah, that was telegraphed with the tackle player's movement.
I think I maybe would have gone central.
Yeah, exactly, but he moved that tackle player to the wide side instead of leaving him for a bit. He can definitely steal some space now. Block Black Orc, see if he stays up. If he stays up, just save the Black Orc. Get the gather down, get some people down in the free space to the right. Yeah. Now you have a choice. Look like he's going for the serve, right? Yeah. Oh. Now he should just have taken the first one.
I think the surf in that situation is a little optimistic.
Yeah, I can see it's worth doing without using a reroll. If you get the pushes, you get the pushes. I can see why
I just
one
think he's
should...
so isolated. Yeah, the first knockdown, you've tagged him up. You can move 2 players away. That'll, he's out of it.
But it's still...
So some good connections with the players on the left, but Beppe's not going to want to go down the line. He's going to want to re-centralize. So
He's going to struggle.
well, I think he can easily re-centralize this turn, though. I think.
Yeah, he's still going to struggle to score an 8, being 2
Yeah,
players
sure.
down.
It's still. I think PurpleChest has made it a bit easy for him there. I think Beppe's got a free hit on the Frenzy Knight, and then can just cage Central, and maybe push one up around the edge. A little bit loose, I think, PurpleChest there. Oh,
Yeah.
that's frustrating as well because that would have been a corner of the cage.
He can go a bit wider. But yeah, it's bad. But it's... He might actually... He might need to focus on not getting turned over. To be honest. Because this is an awful position.
At least he's got the guard assist on the corner, so it's not as easy to exploit that. I think that's safe, actually.
Yeah, it's this turn will be fine. It's just a half.
Yep.
And
yeah,
another
yeah.
armor breaks, another stun dog, some boys.
Especially if you get a couple of fens in there.
Yeah, now he'll start getting guards and fins all around.
Yeah. So PC's 4-2 up on guards, is that right?
Yep. That's a bit aggressive.
Did he reroll that? Oh, that was from a peasant. Oh no, it was a second hit from a peasant. Okay. And then yeah, the reroll. Oh, using Dauntless.
Hey, Nick. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's a...
9 o'clock.
Got a 2 KO dogs. I had the troll in turn 1. Skull both downing itself to a KO. Yeah. Well, I fall to... Okay.
So yeah, looks like he's...
He's a little bit hesitant because that's 2 dice into 2 dice again.
Yeah.
Just make sure you actually want to do it. It gets him. That's... Oh, it must be so tempting to foul that block, Black Orc now. Or the Garter. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you just had 13 or 14 players.
Everything is alright.
Just the bully. Thank you for the follow. Oh. So. Evening Stormer. Yeah, Brett has a frenzy. A loner. The troll rolled a triple both down Skull and KO'd itself. And then he blitzed, the frenzy guy blitzed the Mighty Blow player and knocked that out as well.
Hi Jack. Nice job. What happened to the Orc? So, quick recap. Turn 1, all went wrong. Beppe got 2 stuns on the line, and then a triple dice from the troll led to 2 skulls and them both down. The troll went off KO. And then immediately one of his blitzers was KO'd in a return hit. And incidentally, at this time, the ball was 1 square out of the touchdown zone. So Beppe's really been struggling to get players upfield. It's turn 4, and he's only just over halfway through his half of the pitch. So he's got to be adventurous here. He's got... if he wants to score, he's got to be adventurous. Potentially try and engineer some crazy run downfield or something like that. Or alternatively, he can just accept that this has not been his half and then try and keep the Bretts out or turn them over for a 0-0 draw. I don't think Bretts are very good on offense. I think they're much better on defense.
Yeah, I definitely think the priorities is not turning the ball over if possible. Just try to ride the storm. He's made a couple of KOs, but it's been staying with the KOs, no more, no less. That was a useful push there. Yeah. Yeah, the heat can make it go anywhere or everywhere. We got some couple of free blocks, which don't really. Hmm. Yeah, that's. Is he going to try to blitz himself free with the draw? The problem, if he does anything else, he gets stuck having to dodge out, or alternatively he's trying to chain push by blocking the guard. Well, that's also bloody risky if it goes wrong. There's no bow on Blood Bowl 2. So he's gone for the block himself free and get a shiny pow. I kind of liked to actually run around and do the block here and chain push free and hope both of them getting away and the dodge over here. But yeah, I understand why you don't want the risk of pushes being bad. Oh, this is just horrible. The one is standing there and the other one is going over here somewhere. I like here, personally. And then last Black Orc is trying to dodge out. And then make a go further too. Both. Fumbles that.
So what do you do if you're purple chest here? Do you risk having a gap open, but by throwing everyone in and hope of getting a turnover and winning the game first half? Or do you just think he's not going to get through, keep everything tight?
I think making sure that the orcs not scores is still better than risk. You don't want to risk him running away with it without it being able to reach him. So I think I will be caution and still need to try to trap the orcs and they get spread out and cannot cage up the ball, but without leaving yourself too exposed to like a couple of blitzers breaking free. Especially as long as he's still in reach of the end zone. As soon as he cannot score, you might go more aggressive. But for all, you really don't want him to actually break away and get a touchdown. Because that will be bad. So for that case, you can talk about rig the blitzer to the right. If you take him down, then you're closing off a lot of the game. It looks like it's what's gonna happen. And another armor break. Oh dear. But he needs to be a little bit worried about the middle here, actually, I think.
With their 2 players on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cannot afford him to go down. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Was he worrying? I think he was worrying a bit at the same, that those two non-block players. At least we kind of need the 5+ on him. It's tempted. I think I'll be tempted at trying the block black oak blocking one of those fenders. Or at least the one to the left, and see how it goes. If you're all in on it, you're using the leader throw as assist and handing it off back to the tackle straight away. Not the tackle to the blitz up there. He's going for just hitting. Oh, I'm not sure he's getting a better chance though. Do you think?
Well, he's clearly given up on the drive, so yeah, maybe
Yeah.
this is where PurpleChest goes aggressive.
Yeah, I think he had the chance there with the blitz on Little Sam. To at least try something.
I would have tried something, if nothing else, than just to spread the Bretts out a little bit in return.
And don't like that square either.
Well, he's got 3 rerolls.
Yeah, but I still don't like the square to fall in. Falling in the square to the side.
Oh, right, yeah, I see.
Just, I can see why he wanted in that square. He's more into the game, but I guess he's closer to be back in. But, yeah. Can he score in theory now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What was they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think. I'll definitely go aggressive on the cage now. He cannot score. Yeah, he's not even anybody in reach. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can literally already now cannot score without a chain boost. Follow up. Get some people in around those blitzers now. Yeah.
He's going for the tagging.
Yep. And then the tackle one with the one not having dodged.
Yep.
Might as well just follow up.
That opens up the assists.
Yep.
So now we're going to see the blitz in the corner.
Yeah, it's a question if you frenzy it or not.
I think I probably would. Would I?
Oh, he's going for the garter. Oh, no armor break. Oh dear.
Yeah, no, actually, that was the better choice.
Yeah, especially even more when stunning him,
Yeah,
because it was slightly not the best place to be lying. If he could just stand up, it was actually not a bad spot for Beppe to open up the back door to retrieve into.
yeah.
Now it's a bit of a mess. I guess he blocks over there. Gets nothing. A whole lot of nothing. But that still frees up Rick. Lord. Got 2 rerolls, 2 turns. At least that's a power for him. You get an armor break, you get a kill.
That's helped, actually.
And straight in with the power apple. We are playing Resurrection after all. We don't want to risk. You can see this is not getting scored. You don't want to risk your lead on a 4+ for second half. It's hard enough driving with Breads. Another bad dodge. Gets it on the second.
But he needs to make this next dodge.
Yeah, he definitely needs it. If the net starts as a blitz, he should dodge out to blitz with the Schubert, the blitzer.
Yeah.
Because that, yeah, exactly, frees up.
It's his only choice. Yeah, it's his only choice.
Yeah, that's the only good choice. It screens off one side and then the blitzer can go and screen off the other side. I'll probably not give him the 4+, 3+. I'll probably move one back so it's not a 3+, 4+, but...
Yeah, I would have straightened that line up.
Because with dodge, I will be tempted to check it. But might not even need it. You can probably put enough pressure on still.
Or maybe as a last resort, like do all the other moves first.
Not sure it's needed at all. Like, if you can tag in those 3 players and the ball carrier somehow, then there's no way really to go, is there?
So it looks like he's going to hit that orc just on the left of those two, the one with block, so that the guard is moved next to. And then go for pressure.
Yeah, I think pressure is fine. But it's so tempting to go for the blitz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And go for it.
Personally, I would go for it because I think all you need is a couple of like quad pushes or something in turn 8.
Yeah.
I think you need to generate a bit more.
You could also just go for... You can declare the... You could have declared the blitz, done the first dodge. If you need to use dodge on it, you could just blitz the blitzer. Oh, no.
Oh, another one off. Between these
It's and it's a miss next game. So it's not even auto airpo, but I think he needs to do it. He cannot risk. He cannot risk sweltering heat. 2 KOs. Cannot risk it. Let's say the breads are red hot.
Rightus.
What do we do? We still need to... Don't you? No, maybe not. But it does. If you can do the 3+ dots with the leader thrower, then you do have some potentially room to navigate. Guard Blackhawk gets up. You could try to blitz with the block Blackhawk, and if it works, you can move that over. So you can block the other guarder and then run up behind those players, for example. I think the problem Brett's not stumping is it's 12 players. And they're kind of using all their players to be in position as well to keep the Orcs in check. Oh, and he cannot get a...
I think there's even the risk of a long bomb. Or maybe a long throw is enough. If you can make the dodge out and swing down the left, it's harder now that there's not that knockdown. That helps.
Yeah. But he might just run out and stand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he stands one square behind the Garter, then those two Garter cannot get anywhere easily. That's...
He's failed the first dodge, makes the second.
Ooh, that's bad. It is a go for it to get up in a nice position. That's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not even a go for it to get there. You need to go. He needs to do the go for it, even if it's painful. He cannot stand there. He either needs to do the pass or the to go for it to get up behind.
I'm throwing it here because you got the pass reroll. You only need it to be inaccurate.
Yeah. The only option is definitely...
Oh, he's fumbled. Oh, 2 and a 1.
Not even making the tree. But the good thing is, the 2 go for it had failed, so it's still better. He's still standing now at least.
That's true.
Making it awkward for the one of the Garters is still caught in the middle of that.
And those Blackhawks aren't going to be easy to shift. So he's going to have to maybe rely on dodges himself.
But it could be handy with the Catskill and the Blitz Roast now. The Knights. If he managed to do something. That was also handy. Not freeing anybody up straight away.
Yeah.
And we get a touchdown.
Touchdown threats.
Of course he can pass to the Knight.
Makes the go for it to get the assist.
And then he's blitzing with with the frenzy, and then seeing a blocker dodge out to try to do it.
Pushes into, gets the knockdown.
At least there's a greenskin surviving once.
Yeah.
So now we have the goal score, we have the passer, and we got double six. That's
No, it's all sixes. A 1 and a 2 like Beppe did, and it's not a score. He needs a little bit more luck.
it doesn't matter. The 2 go for it is not helping, so you might as well just pass it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's
Yeah.
yellow. And he rolls a 5 and a 5.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
To be fair, even if he passed the ball downfield, this has probably made it anyway.
With those 6s and 5s, yeah, he probably did, to be honest, you're right.
And we got more 6s. There's not a single one. So everybody plays, besides the 2 KO. Rolling 2 and a 3. So we got 10 orcs versus 12 Brats.
Goblin on the pitch. That's especially harsh as well, because not only have you considered the touchdown, you've only got the 1 roll on the KO.
Yeah, it's double down on bad.
Yeah.
And you don't get lucky on the sweltering heat. Which could have flipped the game completely back again with a bad sweltering heat roll.
Yeah.
So how aggressive are you playing this as Brads? You're not awfully good at offense to begin with. And what has handsome Patrick done since he's left down in it? All alone. Oh, here he comes. Little Sam. Those spreads just don't want to leave the pits.
No.
Yeah, definitely. Those peasants, they don't care about sleeping a bit, but they're not going away. They're just staying there. Picks it up.
Well, he's pushing quite hard then.
Yeah, it seems like he wants that 2-0. And pretty much winning the game.
Yeah, I think that's
It's a bit dangerous.
a bit dangerous.
Maybe he's just happy being a little bit more speedy than his normally small fat goals.
He's getting carried away with the speed of Brettonian.
See me, Mom! I can run! Faster than 4 fucking squares. Oh, yeah, PurpleChest and Purple Goo. They're quite different, and at least still somehow similar. Maybe they're secretly related.
I highly doubt that.
So you meaning like here we're set up in the middle and leaving the white zones open? There's a lot of teams where if it's the whites you're thinking about just doing like the rule of 5 in the middle and leaving the white zones. That's not a lot of teams that can actually take the white zone. Like here, you went a bit to the side, but you couldn't really force anything down the side. Especially in first half, if people do it, you can often force them to score before turn 8. Because if
That's exactly it.
where potentially Elf can get away with swifting back and swifting to the middle and other crazy stuff, even if they take it to turn 1. But if it's a long drive, if people take it, they're not normally stalling for 8 turns. So it's normally quite safe, so to speak, to leave it open.
Yeah, I'm quite happy if people want to go wide because either their team doesn't really have the speed to exploit it in turn 1, or like you say, they've got the speed, but if they want to score in turn 2 or 3, like let them.
Yeah.
By putting themselves wide, they actually deny themselves space to run back into. So I'm quite happy to just keep letting them run down the line. If someone wants to camp in my touchdown zone on turn 3, well, I'm super happy with that because I can just trap them in, force them to score early, and then I've got 4 turns to equalise. I think the number one thing I do in these tournament-style games is, do I want to stop my opponent from scoring, or do I want to try and force them to score early? And it's a very different type of defence. I think the worst thing you can do is put up a decent fight and then concede in turn 7 or 8.
Yeah. And it's also, of course, depending on what kind of teams you play. So, where you will see like the Sierra runs more applied, especially to shorter drives. I quite do it often with both Amazons and like Elves. I do kind of spread out wide because I got the speed to do it, so it doesn't cost me much to spread him out as well. Yeah, that's what I say. I'm especially Amazons is not that fast scoring back themselves. I kind of prefer just stopping people from scoring than having to actually chase to equalize. So I tend to spread out more with my Amazons. The same a bit with Elves. But if you play like your Norse with Especially like fouling Norse, where you're absolutely happy getting some bites from the back and just claw them down.
Well, that's exactly the philosophy behind that team style. Is you think to yourself, if you're defending and fouling North, what's the worst thing that can happen? They score in turn 8. Well, that's what they want to do. So don't bother defending at all. Just let them score in turn 8. And meanwhile, you just isolate and kill all their team. So the idea is you're guaranteed to be 1-0 down, and that will happen whether you defend or not, because you really can't defend. So why bother to defend when you can just do more damage?
I'll try to. But he's still going quite hard at this. But yeah, it's quite easy to see. It'll probably quite fast see if people actually want to defend or not that way. I'm quite clearly again have the belief I can stop most people from scoring, so that's what I'm going to try to. Which also backfires at times. I kind of like this if he's going to try to put pressure on the ball and at the same time trap in the leader. What PurpleChest still has going for him is his Black Ops being strength 4. Could really. Oh, we got a more than just an armor break.
What?
I cannot believe it.
Surely not.
And the ball is based. The game is done.
Double one dodge. Game over.
I could see him block with the lineman now to get the Black Orc into that mess as well. Yep, he needs to force PurpleChest to roll some dice. He doesn't want to roll now. Yep, follow up. Black Orc into the mess. The only problem with this right now, I see it, is still leaving the low. The problem is a little bit the leader is still just getting out on the 3+ to help stuff. Could have used him being a bit more trapped. 2 nice go for it though. It does leave a chain push on if you wanted. How many people did you say was watching Warhammer World TV?
So earlier, I think they've finished now. Earlier, when we started, there was 150 people watching the official Warhammer World TV, 194 watching Rick Reckless, and about 50 to 70 watching Artemis Black and Jimmy Fantastic. So there's about 300 in total watching those 3 Blood Bowl streamers. Double that of the official Warhammer. So that's good. It's healthy.
Yeah, there's still 3. That's exactly 300 watching Rick and Artemis right now, with 22, 21, and 79. I don't even know what Rick is playing at the moment. Is he playing CCL? Yeah. So what is PurpleChest going? Hey, Richard.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, it seems a little bit silly. This it was definitely not necessary to be under this pressure, having to treat. Oh, that's bad. Oh, made it. That shouldn't have been in all this pressure.
Yeah.
And now he cannot dodge with a reroll anymore. And all he got got for that was that's not really helped him anything, has it?
Oh, look at this guy turning up. The second best Dan in Blood Bowl.
No, I like Rick. Rick is fun. And he's way more consistent than I am. And probably more more entertaining as well, but that's what it is. What the hell are you doing here, PurpleChest? That's a 3+ without reroll, and it's a 3+ 1 dice block.
The thing about this one is it's completely unforced.
Yeah, it's. I think Potford talked about it in the weekend actually. He ended up drawing a game where he was pushing. He stopped Kemry, actually Marcus, my friend, in his drive in pouring rain, and stopped and turned him over and scored, and ending up
Right.
drawing to a lot of lucky dice. But it was still unforced that he was trying to go for the win, like 2-0 win, instead of just huffing down and winning 1-0.
Yeah.
Just feeling like too confident, but
I think it's the other way around. I think people kind of break under the pressure. They want the game to be over.
oh, I think we had a
They go for the
disconnect on.
fast win.
Seemed like we have a disconnect since the clock was ticking down and it's back up. That was important. 3+ with no reroll.
Yeah.
So now I can at least block tackle away. Do you blitz tackle? Oh, I was about to say, do you blitz tackle away? And he did. And kind of gets
Oh,
us.
he's got the dodge.
I kind of get what he deserved. I was not saying deserved, but like. I think for Potfrey was saying he was getting too confident. Like, it was going almost too well for the. With such a strong team, then pushing too much instead of. Yeah, I think it's a disconnect. It's normally happen when it disconnects without the system realize it. Then it like counts down, and then pops back up again. So it's like when you are watching the game, we cannot see he's disconnecting. So for us, it keeps counting. That's a big non-block block to kick off almost everything there. Yep, cable vision. But they're surviving. It's still hard to get the ball and be like completely secure. He probably needs to blitz the leader, and it kind of needs to go down. So you can use both blitzers. And still no. Yeah. Yeah, but it's fair is a weird word, but it's definitely borderline fair. He's gonna reroll that, isn't he?
No.
He cannot leave the ball on the floor.
No. Got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But do you pick it up? The problem picking up with the leader is his need to go for it to get out.
get out. And there's no guard to help him.
Yeah.
Or no, that's crazy. And if you go for it, you need to go for it top left, because if you do fail, you can't risk the ball. Yeah, like that. You can't risk the ball bouncing into the down
Into the
player.
mess, yeah. Into that mess of Goblin survives. Covering the ball with which player?
Yeah, he's running out of options. I mean, I think that the goblin, that was the idea.
Yeah, he should come out and cover. I kind of fancy him to put the tackle 1 square out forward after he picked it up before the goblin, just to take away the dodge skill, because he can run around now and then try the. He could have tried the crazy dodge if he wanted to go all in on stopping the orbs. Oh, this game is fun.
Ironically, Beppe's never been in a better scoring position in this game.
No, totally true. He's down. He's only 1 player down.
Yeah.
And he has the ball further forward.
And I think this is the furthest forward. You're right.
Downless is doing good downless work. And Dodge doing not dodgy things. Is that worth a reroll?
I don't think so.
Oof. That's 50% of your rerolls gone. On a dodge where now he's completely out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's borderline. There's still a lot of work to do to actually score. Oh my god. And that block Black Orc is way out of position for doing any helpful work. Are you blocking the peasant with the blitzer to free up the lineman just to get more players? Oh, that's another 1 in 9. Into double skull. Oh dear, dear, dear. And you didn't put up the blitz or anything. Oh dear.
This is a tough game. I think that's it, isn't it? One in 9 into a 1 in 36. Gets the knockdown. I just don't think he's got the numbers. The bounce is a little kind, though. But he's still got no.
Yeah, he can still
Block away.
He can block and then the dodger can pick it up, which is even better. But if it's not a knockdown, then it's still awkward.
Has he got the blitz though?
I could do that, yeah.
I might even blitz with the guy at the back. Oh, he's doing it with that one. I would have done it with someone with a block, personally. Just in case. Now that guy can run through for a little screen.
Yeah, especially. Ooh,
Oh,
that's the last reroll. If that's a fail, nope, he gets another 6. Ooh. Yeah, especially risky just seeing what happened to Beppe's non-block block.
yeah.
There's been some really harsh Blackhawk blocks going on.
Well, that's okay. No, that's fine. I misjudged. Yeah, I think even if Beppe does somehow manage to get this ball back, it's a long way to score. I would say, Jag, that having watched both Beppe and PurpleChest play, this is definitely not to their tabletop standard.
No, it's been a bit interesting.
And I think it's one of the things that's kind of natural when you're playing this sort of division. This sort of tournament. Everything's a bit more relaxed. You're at home, you might be distracted, you might be drunk. You know, there's all sorts of things that might be going on. So I think people do play a bit looser. Except for Strider, of course, who just plays his natural game. Which is already nuts.
I guess if you just mark everybody down and tag, if you can tag that, if you can tag the ball carrier with 2 players, one of them being tackled, and no rerolls of PurpleChest, that's potentially your best odds.
Mm-hmm.
Which is possible because you can. The Goblin can do assist. I don't think it's worth 4, 5, 6. You can. Let's say you 4, 5, 6. You can go for the 2 dice, 2 dice, 1 dice, 3 plus, 3 plus, go, 1 dice. Ugh. Oh, 2 dice. You better get those 2 players up. For sake. Otherwise, it's pointless even if it goes right. I think. Oh well. Last reroll for Beppe, or is he happy? Oh, he's rerolling. Oh, those scatters are brutal. I'm still not sure I liked him leaving those players down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a funny one. I do find it easier playing tabletop than. 10 on PC. Well, Still just straight up 2 dice. On the other hand, Beppe is running out of time to even score. At least it's 2 dice if you don't 3 plus. Yeah. That's first 3 plus working. Now it's the second 3 plus working. It's kind of also getting the better of the 3 plusing, I guess.
Mm.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just a bit of 3 plusing and some 2 plusing, then it's 2 dice. How hard can it be?
How hard can it be after what we've seen in this match?
Oh, got a scoring threat going down the field.
Love it.
Hey, Timmy.
Hey, Dimmy.
Oh, yeah, the first part is in.
Come on.
Come on, Orcs. 2 plus, 2 plus.
Come on, you dumb orcs.
We both know, then we'll scatter.
Oh, what? Seriously?
Anticlimactic. I will imagine PurpleChest if he can just avoid rolling a triple skull now, is
Triple skull.
running it in. Come.
Or triple brace down.
Yeah, that's
Oh no, is he going to blitz with
the blocker.
yeah.
No, he's blocking with he's blitzing with the ball carrier. I must
Yeah,
admit, just for the risk of triple sculling, I've been blitzing with wrestle anyway. Because the triple skull will leave kind of out.
You are right.
Oh no.
Ooh, the cover. Oh, he's injured him for good measure. Oh, 5-point move. And it's an insult into the injury.
And
2-0 to the Paladins of Purple.
yep, frenzy. So look like our favorite. We actually finally have a Swan Swing Heat. The frenzy blitzer stays out. And the troll is back. Now the goblin is dead.
Jesus.
shit.
Not sure I like. I know it doesn't matter, but I would have the knight behind just inside the wide.
Hmm.
The ones at the back. I think there's basically no reason for them to be that wide. It means they can't cover inside of the pitch. I don't think you can get a strong cage so wide. Whereas I think it's quite easy now to blitz
Um.
the one just on the left or the right as centre and actually form a decent cage just behind it.
Yeah. That's. Thing
It doesn't
again.
matter for this game, but
No, it really doesn't. No, you're right. Yeah, it's a bit of shit show anyway for now.
just a little bit.
It's just, yeah, you can. I guess one way the. Yeah. 4. So, yeah. So 4 guard blockers. Lead of Frenzy, dodge knights.
Follow me, everything is alright.
Hey, alors, monsieur. Welcome welcome to the show. Where PurpleChest tried to get himself in problems and got bailed out.
By double both down, re-rolled into double skull.
And now we're just playing for. Yeah. 2-3. He could chain push the thrower close. It's not really giving much. That's still 2 tackle zones. He can move down, then he can blitz the Garter from the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's just a go for it. And chain push the blitzer away, so potential knockdown. It's just a catch and 2 go for it to equalize. 1, 2. It looks better on the scoreline, right? I think that's the best option. Black Orc, run down. Oh, troll, who cares? And now you can blitz the if you run down there, you can blitz the Garter from the square to the side and chain push the other tackle zone away. On a 5+. It's just scoring. I'm not sure what else. And as a good boy, he's doing what I'm saying. No, no. He's chain pushing his guy forward instead of chain pushing the guy attacking him forward. Why? Tell me why. You just want to block more? So instead of moving his player, if he'd been moving that flopping blitzer, then it's just been passing and running in. We took over it. I have no clue what's going on. I thought I had a clue. Now I don't anymore. Yeah. He could have misclicked, of course. Yeah. And another. Let's end it with a stun dog.
Yeah.
So,
Started as a shit show, ended as a shit show.
it's not even that bad, I guess, if he names 51 blocks. I'm 76, 9 armor breaks, 30 hold on, so 25% armor breaks for against dogs. Guess that's alright. Let me test something here.
Only it's the
That's not working.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Did you